Hello everybody and welcome back to Digimon Stories Cybersleuth. On the last episode, we did some mysteries from the Nakano Broadway. And we solved all of them, and then we got a mission from the old man who was behind all of them. So, we're going to go to KCAF to start that one. It feels like it stopped. I wonder if it was an earthquake. Well, it's pointless. An earthquake? No, I didn't feel anything of the sort. So, old man Mizushima's not in right now. Alright. You originally met him there early in the morning, right? Might as well come back around the same time and see if he shows up. The next day, early morning. Let's head for KCAF. Old man Mizushima should hopefully be there at this hour. And let's go see. Oh, it's you again. I've been waiting, you know. You stopped by yesterday afternoon but couldn't find me? You must have just had bad timing, kid. I've been waiting here forever for you. What's done is done. Let's just let bygones be bygones and start searching now. My Miko, you see, he's inside this wall here. Are you at KCAF right now? I'm picking up readings of a really strong digital wave vibration from the 4th floor. It's a really huge current coursing through here. My money is on that old time capsule being the cause of them. What's that? An earthquake? No, I can confirm it's definitely not. There's no movement here on the 1st floor. You're just sensing intense digital wave. I don't want to know. It's better not knowing. Things are fine just as they are now. It's better if they don't change. Please, stop. Don't wake me up from this. It's Miko. No, I'm Pete. Whatever you are, Miko, just come back to me. No, I can't. That's too much to ask of me. I'm not. Cody, please, leave me alone. Let things stay just the way they are. I'm sorry, Miko. I'm sorry. Ah, did I finally get through to you again? The vibrations have stopped for now, but the digital waves are still as intense as ever. There's something big brewing in there. As I suspected earlier, they're coming from that old vacuum tube computer inside the wall. The digital waves are just gushing out of there from the old internet line that computer is hooked up to. So much, in fact, that they're forming a cybernetic ley line, a Digi-line of sorts. Coded, I need you to go inside that vacuum tube computer and do what you can to stop it. I'm counting on you. Then let's go. Please let me be. Don't wake me from this dream. What's going on with Pete? Only one way to find out. I never used that Agumon because the one with the outfit, because if you Digivolve him, you lose. So it's kind of pointless, if you ask me. Let's go this way. Seems that was right. Why? Why do you have to know who I really am? No response. Let's find Pete. Alright, let's start by going into the area that's right in front of us. There's an item here, and there's a shiny spot down there. Attack restraint chip. Nakano Broadway Construction Part 1. Construction plans for Nakano Broadway, hereby abbreviated as MB, were announced in 1959, ultimately taking 7 years to complete. The reason for the lengthy duration was due to the major issue that routinely manifested throughout the process. During land leveling, underground water leaked, resulting in an immediate halt to any and all work within the area. A large lake formed, and the site was left alone for a long time. Mysteriously, large fish appeared in Masse, attracting fishermen. Records also indicate people bathed there in large numbers, and that a child at one point drowned in the lake. Well, that's not good. Today, something terrible happened. A strange Digimon appeared in the middle of my bed. It was so cold in there. Even when I tried calling out for help, nobody came for me. But these two detectives eventually showed up. Koyoko and Coded. Coded asked me who I was, but I said I didn't know. So Koyoko gave me a name. She decided to call me Pete because I'm some sort of time capsule. And I just noticed that there are so many Digimon missing from this game that if they make another one like this, I hope they add the rest of those Digimon. Because there's like the ones from Frontier aren't there, some of the older ones, some of the newer ones. There's a lot of Digimon missing. Yep, Pete. That's my name. It made me so happy to have one. Names really are a special thing to have. I was right. Nakano Broadway construction part 2. No blueprints exist for NB. 1961 saw the Japanese government commence its incoming doubling plan in order to re-energize the post-war economy. In tandem with unemployment policies, public works projects flooded the country, with major construction companies allotted huge budgets. Around 1962, one such budget, the main route for the Shuto Expressway, was completed ahead of schedule. It was at that point that attention turned back towards NB. Idle laborers and resources were funneled into the area from central Tokyo, at which point work on the building commenced in earnest. It's likely that there wasn't time to even think of preparing proper blueprints for NB at that stage. Yoshido really likes this girl named Fuyomi Miko, whatever. He always sits me on his lap and tells me all about her. Everything is perfect about her, he says. Her singing, her dancing, her looks, everything. He says she's 1 in a million among idols. I can't do any of those things. I can't sing and I can't dance, but what I can do is curl up and fall asleep on Yoshido's lap. I love doing that. I also just love hearing Yoshida talk to me so much. So Yoshito. I'm hearing a lot of banging and bumping outside. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, we have to find all of these various ones. Oh. Nakano Broadway Construction Part 3. With no blueprint to draw upon, concrete was poured and rebar was erected, tailored to the land around the site. When construction was concluded 4 years later, the final building had 3 underground floors, as well as 10 floors above ground. East Asia's greatest commercial building was therefore constructed on little more than sheer willpower. However, this came at a cost to some aspects of NB's integrity. The escalator, for instance, only connects the first 3 floors. Most of the underground floors have also gone unused in the ensuing years. Such quirks are a direct result of the circumstances surrounding this building's inception. Yoshida told me that he and his son have been to the World's Fair. He said that the line to see the moon rocks was really long, so long that it made him tired, but he said his son still had a good time. People also call Yoshito Chief Mizushima. His full name, Yoshito Mizushima. Yoshito is a big important man in the computer room, so he doesn't get to go out with his son much. He's glad they got to see the World Fair. I wish I could have seen the World's Fair with Yoshito too, but he and I are always together in the computer room. So that's okay. I'm content. I bet you there's like 2 more at minimum. Nakano Broadway Construction Part 4. In most cases, large commercial buildings are run by their owners, who control everything from PR to tenant and internal bylaws. BW was an exception to that rule. From the very start, shops and residential spaces alike were sold piecemeal. People who bought their real estate inside the buildings were then free to utilize it however they pleased. Because of this, soon after NB opened, shop owners and residents started remodeling work on their respective stores and apartments. In the end, this meant the formal blueprints for MB weren't drafted until 8 years after the building was originally completed. Even in those early days, the building's layout had already become too unwieldy for anyone to fully grasp at that stage. Yoshido always has me sitting on his lap, petting my head, all nice and gently. I love Yoshito. Yoshito always calls me Miko. Miko is a girl's name, but Yoshido gave it to me anyway, and so I love it. Anything over here? No? Alright. Maybe there's something by the entrance or something. This is when you should map stuff. Nakano Broadway Construction Part 5. The basement of Nakano Broadway once housed a vacuum tube computer within its walls. It had been brought into the building after the end of WW2, World War II, I guess, by war criminals who evaded arrest, shielded from the prying eyes of MacArthur's GHQ. Global headquarters? The vacuum tube computer purpose, in those days, remains a mystery. It's possible it could have been utilized for things such as mathematical computations or code breaking, but such speculation is unconfirmed. As time went on, there was eventually nobody left to carry on the original purpose set forth for the terminal. At that point, the computer was apparently buried inside a wall somewhere. It's dark in here. All dark, I can't see a thing. I'm okay being in the dark. I'm not scared of it or anything, but it's never been this dark before. Yoshido's not here. I don't even smell him. I can't go back outside. Yoshido, where are you? Yoshito, please sit me on your lap and pet my head again. Yoshito. Now you know who I really am. I'm... No, I have to say, this is a bit more than what I bargained for. If this keeps up, the building's going to collapse for sure. She's very calm. Who am I? Anyone, tell me. Please, who am I? Well, Pete. Let's go with this one. Yeah, that's right. My name is Miko. Yoshito is my friend. Pete is your friend. Yoshito's calling out for me. He's been looking for me this whole time. He found me. Yoshito. Phew. Looks like the trippers have stopped. Just in the nick of time, too. That's my assistant for you. You've done well. Now I don't have to worry about any broken coffee cups. Seriously. Miko, it's really you. Yoshito, I'm so sorry. You've been waiting for me so long. I'm the one who should be apologizing, Miko. I'm the one who left you alone this whole time. I'm so sorry, my friend. No, it's okay, really. You don't have to be sorry. I know you've been waiting for me since the day you had to go. Oh, Miko. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I'd have never lived to see Miko with my own eyes again. I should probably explain. You see, back when the vacuum tube computer room was still around, I lived here in this building, away from my family. Now, the computer room was where I used to work. One family I never had with me, the only family I ever had with me that whole time was Miko here. I talked with Miko about everything there, my memories of my family, Fuyumi Yuki, anything to help keep my loneliness at bay in there. He would join me in the computer room, and we spent many hours together over the years. Eventually, they closed down the room and sealed the whole thing off with a thick wall. It was never there to begin with. It was around that time that I lost Miko too. I couldn't find him anywhere I looked. I had a bad feeling about where he might have ended up and came back here. Who knows how many times to rescue him. But in the end, I couldn't do anything for him. I gave up, and over time, nearly forgot about him. Before I knew it, it had been decades since we'd last been together. I can't thank you enough for making this happen. We couldn't have been reunited without you, kid. We honestly couldn't have, because if it wasn't for that connect jump, you never would have found him. We never would have found him. Thank you so much. Now we can go back to living together again. Thank you. I'll never, ever forget this day. I see. Nice work. I can only imagine how hard it was, but you really did a good job. So our Pete was actually a cat named Miko, sealed deep inside the wall along with that old vacuum tube computer from the American occupation days. And somehow, using the building's intranet, or rather the power of the ley line, he merged with the computer and became a Digimon. That old cat had a hell of a life, wouldn't you agree, Coded? Can't say for sure what the actual assimilation process entailed, but at this point, we know better than to doubt it happened. It's amazing just how much and yet how little the digital and real worlds are symphomed off one another. I imagine the reason Pete showed up again after all those years is because of the digital wave abnormalities we've seen. But you know, there's still one thing about the whole story that bugs me a little. You mentioned that towards the end, old man Mizushima said now we can go back to living together again, right? What do you think he meant by that? Not only that, but in the case you solved earlier, where he was the one behind the urban legends, how did he keep breaking into that building? Let's assume for the sake of argument that he somehow had access to an entrance that let him come and go at the timing he did. If he'd physically been getting into the building so much that way that he was being reported, you'd think something would have gone differently. I don't get it. Any theories you'd like to propose? Yoshito Mizushima? If we looked into his backstory, we might be able to find our answers pretty easily. What do you think? Should we dig a little more? Please leave us be. Don't go looking for us. Yeah, that's understandable. Then it's probably best we do indeed let sleeping dogs lie. Alternatively, we could let the Occult Club kids know about this. I'd bet they'd have a real field day going after it. I mean, they came face to face with a real. You know what? Nah, let's keep it to ourselves. Not all mysteries in this world need to be solved. Nakano Broadway brings many things together. The spirit world and the world of the living. The normal and the surreal. And now the physical and the digital. Truly, nothing is impossible in this crazy hole in the wall we call home. And we get a memory up. Well, it looks like it's just you and me again here. The couch looks pretty empty without Pete around. We better get more clients to keep them warm. But I don't want to take on any of these. Well, the farm expansion plugin sounds nice. Is it that simple? This is... Oh. Hey. Sorry, but I'm in a hurry. I have a message for you. Come to Odaiba. Pseudo said that the weakened Examon will be heading back there. It's your chance to defeat Examon. Help Pseudo. Listen up, though. Come alone. Don't tell Koyoko or anyone else, just you. See you later. I don't trust that. You hate having to stand by and wait. Aren't people always waiting for something? Not that I'm any different. Alright, well that is all the time we have for this episode of Digimon Stories Cybersleuth. If you liked this episode, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next episode.